Gurubhyo Namaha. Welcome to session 12 of Dakshinamurthy Stotram. This stanza 4, is a gem. One should be extremely lucky to have this. Adi Shankara has taken the essence of Upanishad, Brahma Sutra, and Bhagavad Gita, and the essence is given through this Dakshinamurthy Stotram. This is beautiful verse. Once you understand the purport, the tatparya of this stanza, and if you can abide in that knowledge, I assure you, it's a promise from me, it's satyam, that you will be out of samsara, your sufferings, for sure. Take it from me. So, I would request you to think and listen to this deeply and keep contemplating on this stanza. Understand the meaning. I'll give word by word meaning. Understand the purport, the tatparya, and get liberated. That's the idea. So, we are all extremely lucky. It's a great gift to God during this Navaratri time that we are spending our time in such a nice way. Though there are so many things demanding our time and our mental space, we have decided, we have chosen to be here and spend our time in this spiritual journey. Now let us get into, before getting into that stanza per se, I want to give a brief introduction about this so that you can understand the tatparya of this stanza. See, there is a house, it's an independent house, two-story, you can say that. In the ground floor, there is a room. Inside the room, the sunlight is not able to penetrate. It is constructed in such a way that the sunlight is not able to go there, because the sunlight goes straight, right? But the room is constructed in such a way, and the sunlight is not able to get into the room, and there is no electricity, and it's during the daytime till noon, and there are some objects inside the room. Since the room is very dark, one is not able to see the objects inside the room, right? So how do you see the object? There is a way. You can open the door of the window of the room and take a mirror, keep it in a particular degree so that the sunlight reflects on the mirror, and the reflected light goes into the room and it reveals the objects inside the room. Understood? So far so good? I want to go very slow. There is a dark room, noon time. The sunlight is not able to go, that's why it is dark. There are some objects in it. So you are using a mirror to reflect the sunlight into the room, and that reflected sunlight reveals the objects. Similarly, the sunlight, compared to the sun, our consciousness is comparable to the sun, and our mind is comparable to the mirror. So the consciousness light is hitting that mind, that is called andhakaranam, and the reflected light reveals the whole world, all sense objects. The world is nothing but the sensations, right? The eye sees color and form, the ear hears the sound, nose smells, tongue tastes, and the skin touches and feels. Okay? Now, a question might arise, or some people might argue that which one is more important? Whether the mirror is important or sun is very important. Where should we give more emphasis? Even though it is noon time, the sun is there, just because of the location, the position of the room is such that without a mirror the light cannot go. So the sun by itself is not able to help. So these people will say the mirror is more important. They will give more emphasis to the mirror. There are other people who will say that the sunlight is very important. If the mirror is only important, then in the night time when there is no sun, okay, then The mirror cannot help, it cannot reflect light. The light has to be there. So it's only a point of view. Similarly, some people will think that the mind is more important to reveal the objects in the world and to do transaction in the world. Though it is backed by the consciousness, like the mirror is backed by the sunlight. And some other people will say that no, it is the consciousness which is important. Consciousness through the mind reveals the whole world and enables all transaction. It's a point of view. Depending upon what is your identification or your point of view, your quality of life is determined. Let us take our consciousness and the mind. Because see, let us come back to the sunlight and the mirror. The sunlight exists irrespective of whether there is any object to be revealed or not. Even there is no object to be revealed, the sunlight is there. It is eternal. The mirror, it comes and goes. It is not that eternal. The mirror can break. When the frame of the mirror breaks, then you have to shift it to the different frame. The frame of the mirror breaking is similar to the body dying. And the mirror, inside the mirror, the glass is known as the mind, subtle body. The subtle body and the causal body moves into other body. That is, we call it as death and birth in a new body. So, the sunlight is there independent of the objects to be revealed. In fact, the sun is not revealing the object at all. It is not the function of the sunlight. It is its nature. And we say that the sun is revealing the object as if it is a verb, it is a function. No, it doesn't do anything. Whether the object is there, it doesn't care. If the object is there, it doesn't care. It is like this. Like saying that the function of fire is to burn. No, it's not a function, it is his swarupa, it is his nature. Because the nature doesn't require any time, any effort to do that. Does sun require any effort to give light? No, it is his nature. The fire doesn't take any effort or time. It doesn't have a beginning time and end time. But the mirror, it starts at a particular time and ends at a particular time. So the sun is eternal and the mirror is not that eternal. Similarly, and if you are giving importance to the mind and emphasize to the mind and says that I am doing all the transaction, I am alive, I am enjoying everything because of the mind, then you are called the subject. You are called the subject. So the mind emphasis important even if anybody gives it, or I'll put it differently in Vedantic term, if you identify yourself with the body, mind, intellect, you are called the subject. In Sanskrit word, you are called the pramata. And the world and everything you see is object. So the subject object is there. But the consciousness is the one which eliminates both the subject and object. Correct or not? So the sunlight is the one which gives light to the mirror as well as the object. One is directly and other is indirectly, right? So similarly, the consciousness, it gives light to, it enlivens both the subject and the object, or it is beyond the subject and object. If the subject is there or not, see in the night deep sleep, the subtle mind is relaxed, it is dormant, it is not active. Still, the consciousness is there. That is why we can experience that I slept very well and I did not know anything. How do you know that? When the next day you recollect means that experience should have been there. So the consciousness is there, eternal, all around. It is only thing that is there. It is the only thing which exists. And it is the only thing which is having the power to illuminate. Everything other than consciousness is not self-effulgent. It has to be given light by the consciousness. So the person who gives emphasis to the body, mind, intellect, or the person who identifies himself with the body, mind, intellect is known as the subject. If by and large we are all identifying ourselves with the body, mind, intellect, my hand is paining, or I am fat, I am strong, I am tall, I am male, I am female. All this thing is identification with the body. I am happy, I am sad, identification with the mind. I am brilliant, I am not that brilliant, I am dumb, identification with the intellect. But so long as you identify with the body, mind, intellect, which is not permanent, which is changing, you have suffering. But if you understand and realize that you are the consciousness, you emphasize, but you operate through this instrument. This body, mind, intellect are like instrument. It's like you have a scooter. You are not the scooter. You are riding the scooter. You are using the scooter. Scooter is your instrument, right? If you are very clear that you are the consciousness and the scooter, that instrument you are using, you are known as Sakshi. That is the right knowledge. That is what the Upanishad wants to give you. That is called Tattvamasi. You have to say that Aham Brahmasmi. I am that consciousness. If you abide in the knowledge that I am the consciousness, because the consciousness is eternal and it is the only thing which is there, which is the only thing which is self-effulgent, and all other things are only an appearance which is not there, which are appearing to be changing all the time. The body, when you are a small child, it was small, then you are growing, aging, getting old, sickness, dying. That's a suffering, right? Is it not so? Not only your own body happening, the people around you are close relatives, kith and kin. Because the identification with the body. The knowledge, Jnani is the one who identifies himself as the consciousness, as a witness, and operate in the world like any other. Jnani also feel hungry and he also eats. But he knows that he is the consciousness which is aware of all this activity, with which that all activities are known. It doesn't do anything, with which that all actions are known. Like the sunlight is not functioning as an illuminator, that is his Swarupa. The consciousness that is self-effulgent is his Swarupa. It doesn't do any action. But with the mind, the mixture of that joint, that both the mind and the thing appearing to be doing something, that is Jiva. But if you know that you are not the Jiva, you are not the individual self, you are the consciousness, there ends all misery. This is called liberation. If we can think about it, contemplate on this, masticate this, whatever I have said, whatever the Upanishad has said, which I am only saying from the Upanishad, then you are liberated forever. If we can abide in this knowledge forever and make it as a habit, right from the day, morning you get up and keep on till the night, keep on thinking about it, contemplating, you are a liberated soul. Then in this verse, now since I have given the purport, the tatparya of this, in this verse what he is giving an example. A pot kept upside down, it has got many holes, and you keep a very bright lamp inside that. So through the holes, the light beams come out, and the light beams, whatever come in contact with the light beam is revealed. So here, similarly our body, there is a part has got 5 holes. What is 5 hole? The 5 jnanendriyas, sense organs, eyes, ears, nose, tongue and skin. So through this Atma Jnanam, the light which hitting the mind, and that is an inner instrument, and coming through this all sense organs reveals various objects. Through the eye, it sees colors and forms. Through ears, it hears sound. Through nose, it smells. Through tongue, it tastes. And touch, it feels. Skin, it touches, feel the temperature and the softness and the thickness of the material it is coming into contact. Similarly, like the light inside the pot is revealing the sense objects, the intelligence, the chaitanyam, which is brilliant, okay, which comes through these eyes and this all the or organs, sense organs, it reveals the world. When it reveals the world, I say, I know. I know the pot. I know the mobile. I know this. I know this. Why? How do you know that? Because of the brilliant light, the shining, okay? It shines the objects of the world. And this brilliant light is nothing but the Guru. And that Guru is Dakshinamurthy. To that Dakshinamurthy, I give my salutation. This is what the meaning of this stanza 4. Now I will give the word by word meaning. Nana Chidra Gatotara Sthita Mahadipa Prabha Baswaram Jnanam Yasyatu Shakshuradi Karanadvara Bahispandate Janami Idi Tameva Bandham Anubhati Yetas Samastam Jagat Tasmai Sri Gurumurtaye Namaidam Sri Dakshinamurtiye. Nana means many, but we have taken 5 holes to match with the 5 sense organs. Chidra means holes, apertures. Gata, part. Udara, inside. Udara literally means the stomach, but it is inside. Sthita, being placed. Mahadipa Prabha, the brightness of the big lamp, great lamp. This is comparable to what? Bhaswaram Jnanam, the intelligence, the consciousness, the bright, illuminating, self-effulgent consciousness, and of the Atma, and Sakshuradi Karanadvara Bahispandate, which goes out through the sense organs and reveals the various objects. And once it reveals the object, Janami iti, I say I know that. And because of the shining consciousness, the whole world is shining. Tameva Bantam Anubhati Etas Samastam Jagat. The entire world is revealed because of that. This Jnanam, this consciousness is the Guru, and to that Guru I salute. So with this, we conclude session 12 of Dakshinamurthy Stotram. We have covered stanza 4. In the next posting, that is session 13, we will take up stanza 5. Thank you very much.